Hello everyone, Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching. I have another Monday quarterback video for you. This time it comes from New York Police Department's 44th Precinct. This occurred in April of 2021. This video that comes from the New York Police Department is almost 21 minutes long. A lot of it is a press release where public information officer talks. It has multiple views from police cameras. It has a dash cam footage, and it has a few different body cam recordings. I'm going to play the video, and I may pause intermittently to explain things that are going on to give you a better idea of what's happening and explain things, and I'll talk about things that I think are done right and or wrong. Without further ado, here we go.
This briefing will provide information about an officer-involved shooting involving members of the New York City Police Department. You will see relevant video footage and other available evidence that will allow you to gain a better understanding of the events that led up to the incident and what occurred during the incident based on the facts that we know at this time. New York state law and NYPD policy give police officers the authority to use reasonable force under appropriate circumstances. The department's Force Investigation Division conducts a thorough investigation when an officer discharges his or her firearm or in cases of any serious police-related injury or death. Sometimes these investigations can require as much as a year or longer to complete. Our understanding of the incident may change as additional evidence is collected, analyzed, and reviewed. Investigators are typically required to interview multiple witnesses several times, review many hours of video footage, and analyze a significant amount of forensic evidence. The images and information you are about to see may be disturbing. When a police officer uses force to take a person into custody or defend against an attack, the images can be graphic and sometimes difficult to watch. There may also be strong language recorded in the videos you are about to see. Viewer discretion is advised, especially for young children and sensitive viewers.
ground. Get on the ground now. Get on the ground. Get on the ground now. Get on the ground. Get on the ground now. Get on the ground. 4-4 Charlie 1. We got 2 stopped. We got 2 stopped at 166 in College. We got a male shot. Let me get a bus over here now. 4-4 Charlie 1.
4.
Hey, hey, hey. Cuff him. Cuff him. I got him.
Do you have any outstanding perps at this time? 4-4 Charlie 2.
There's a fixer there.
4 Charlie 1. I don't know if we have any outstanding. We got 2 stopped right now. We have a male shot.
I'm good, man.
All right. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Get on the back.
4-4 Sergeant.
Yeah, 4.
10-5.
Are you hit?
Are we in? Is anyone on?
All right.
Do I have an AT on the...
How are we doing? Whose car is this? Whose car is this?
They just bought this car.
You just bought this car?
Yeah.
All right, there's just one here. Whose plate is this on the back?
It came with the car.
That's, this plate is canceled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that means that this car is not supposed to be on the street, right?
Yeah. You see, like I was telling you, how to put it away.
Who bought this car?
When it gives
You,
it a child,
gentlemen? Yeah?
when it gives it
You have
a
ID
child,
on your bus?
You have anyone with 4 people? Three. I don't have my ID on me, no. I don't have my ID.
The lady can get the ID right now?
Yeah, she got,
Where do you?
she got her ID. You get the title, and you go register it, that's it.
Just so you know, we're recording right now.
Whose vehicle is this?
It's my vehicle.
It's
Yes.
your vehicle?
I bought it like yesterday. You need the rest of the paperwork? I gotta go to the house.
No. That's fine.
Which I should have broken me, but I didn't want to lose.
Your insurance is not infected. Sorry? Just bought this car
You just
yesterday.
bought this car
Yeah,
yesterday.
but guys,
You gotta
when I bought my car, I have insurance right
I was
away.
told that the insurance was still running actually, and that if I was stopped to give you guys the paperwork. I just got the car yesterday. I need to register it. I need to switch everything over.
All right.
It's not a problem.
When the plate comes up on those LPR
Okay.
readers, it says something else.
Okay, that's understandable.
It's canceled.
Okay, that's understandable.
that's
But I
why
was
we're
told.
talking.
Babe,
Okay.
babe, relax.
I'm relaxed.
Ma'am, do me a favor. Open the door for me so I can check the VIN on the side panel. Thank you, sir.
Take step back. Take step back.
counterfeit sticker on this.
I just got
But it might be in the.
Buy a car, off of a person, you can still call the insurance if you get out there.
I'm sorry, I didn't get.
I'm just asking you.
I'm sorry, this is my first car. I never
No, I
bought a car
got you.
before.
I'm just asking you. This is.
Listen, we're not here to give you a hard time, okay?
I understand.
The bottom line is, if you park here, it's at your own peril, all right? If you have traffic coming down and they flag the tag, you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna tow the car.
Oh shit.
It's not against.
Get down!
Get down.
Get down! Bob, go over the radio.
Paul Lieutenant! 166 on filet, 166 on filet. Yeah?
You came with 4 people?
3.
I don't have my ID on me, no. I don't have my ID. Yeah, she got her ID.
That's all you gotta do. Okay, you get the title, then you go register. That's it.
Just so you know, we're recording.
Whose vehicle is this?
It's my
Your
vehicle.
vehicle?
Yes.
Your vehicle.
I bought it like yesterday.
Okay.
You need the rest of the paperwork? I gotta go to the house and get the paperwork.
That's fine.
Which I should have brought with me, but I didn't want to lose.
Your insurance is not in effect?
I'm sorry?
Your insurance.
We just bought this car
Yeah,
yesterday.
Okay, then
Nice.
you gotta have
When
insurance
I
on
bought
the
my
road.
car, I have insurance right
I was
away.
told that the insurance was still running actually, and that if I would stop to give you guys the paperwork, I just got the car yesterday. I need to register it. I need to switch everything over.
All right.
It's
No, it's just
not a
look,
problem.
when the plate comes up on those LPR
Okay.
readers, it says something else.
Okay, that's understandable.
It's canceled.
Okay, that's
So
understandable,
that's
but I
why
was
we're
told.
stopping. Okay.
I'm relaxed.
Tell them to send you the title quick.
Bought the car like this? You painted it.
We just bought
Or
the
like
car
this.
yesterday.
Open the door for me so I can check the VIN on the second.
You gotta walk this thing.
Yeah, I gotta park her up. But I wouldn't even know because he said that the insurance was still running on it. That's why. If not, I would have left it parked up where we left it last night.
Do you have an updated insurance card?
I just got the car.
We just bought it
Sir,
yesterday.
okay. Yeah, when you buy a car and then you call
We bought
insurance,
it
they
off
send
of
you.
a person, though.
you can still call the insurance so you can get an updated card.
I'm sorry, I didn't get.
I'm just asking you.
I'm sorry, this is my first car. I never.
No, I got you. I'm just asking you. This is.
Listen, we're not here to give you a hard time. Okay.
I understand.
The bottom line is, if you park here, it's at your own peril. All right. If you have traffic coming down and they flag the tag, you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna tow the car.
Okay.
Oh shit. It's not.
Oh, down.
Get down.
Lab, go over the radio.
You just bought this car? Yeah. All right, there's just one plate. Whose plate is this in the back?
It came with the car.
Came
This
with
plate
it.
is canceled. Yeah, but when I bought my car, I have insurance right
I was
away.
told that the insurance was still running actually, and that if I was stopped to give you guys the paperwork.
Yeah.
I just got the
VIN
car
comes
yesterday.
back
I need to
to
register it. I need to switch everything
New Hampton, New
over.
York.
All right.
It's
No,
For
not
gray
a
charters, they
problem.
just
when the
painted
plate
it
comes
pink.
up on those LPR
Okay.
readers, it says something else.
Okay, that's understandable. Okay, that's understandable. But I was told.
Hey,
Okay.
hey.
I'm relaxed.
You bought the car like this or you painted it?
We bought it. We just
Bought it like
Yes,
this?
open the door for me so I can check the VIN on the side panel.
Just take a step back, please. Thank you. Just take a step back. Thanks, man. Is there a Fed sticker on it still?
You buy a car,
I'm sorry. I didn't.
I'm just asking.
I'm sorry. This is my first car. I never.
No, I
drove a
got you.
car
I'm just
before.
asking.
Listen, we're not here to give you a hard time. Okay. The bottom line is, if you park here, it's at your own peril. All right. If you have traffic coming down and they flag the tag, you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna tow the car.
Get down, get down, get down. Shot fired. Finley 166, shots fired, shots fired.
In the coming weeks and months, the NYPD Force Investigation Division, in cooperation with the prosecutor having jurisdiction over this incident, will continue to investigate and analyze this incident as more interviews are conducted and forensic tests are completed. After the investigation is complete, the facts of the case will be presented to the First Deputy Commissioner's Use of Force Review Board, which will evaluate the evidence to determine if the use of force applied in this case was justified and within department guidelines.
All right. So this was a bit of a long one and a lot of footage. So these guys are out. They've got a regular car, so to speak, that they're in, and they've got the little license plate readers on the trunk. They're just driving along, scanning license plates basically, and I don't know what it is exactly that catches their attention. I wasn't really paying attention to that aspect of it, but they're just doing, routine New York police work. Getting out with these people, talking to them, explaining what's going on, etc., etc. And it's his facial reaction. Pay attention to his reaction when the first gunshot goes off.
Here, it's at your own peril. Alright. If you have traffic coming down and they flag the tag, you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna tow the car.
Watch it again. It's a rather dismissive look, like, seriously, this shit again? And he ignores it. Obviously, this guy is paying a little bit more attention to what the hell's going on down there. And he's like, oh shit, something's going on. Oh shit, someone's coming our way.
Get down.
And this dude, he obviously don't want no smoke. He goes all the way down completely to the ground, and this guy
Get down.
searches his waistline for a weapon, and then the gunfight continues up the street. I'm sure these people are thinking, oh shit. Whatever was going on, I would say that these people really don't have anything to worry about what was initially going on. I'm sure the police have forgotten whatever small violation they may have broken there or violated, and this shooting up the street has taken precedence. Now, well, see if I can pause it just right. Well, no, couldn't do it. So pay attention to his radio when you see it pop up and into the screen. There we go. I've seen this crap before on one of the LAPD videos. I don't know why anyone would want to take their radio antenna and bend it like this. In the LAPD video, I can't remember exactly what it was. It almost looked like it was rubber banded down in sort of like this position. I would say that the reason why the antenna is bent like this is the officer is intentionally doing it. I don't know if Motorola is selling any bent antennas like that. They have the little short stubby antennas. At least I know they did for like the old school MTS 2000 portables. You can get a little short stubby antenna to go on it. I would say they have to produce something similar to that for their other lines of radios, and there would be no reason to take your long antenna and bend it like this. Um, I used to be assistant chief and chief of an agency, and when you are tasked with overseeing budget um, and procuring things and trying to make the dollar, go as far as you can go with it. Uh, Shit like this, that would piss me off as an administrator to see someone um, destroying expensive equipment like that. And radios are expensive, and especially all the support gear that goes along with them. But I guess administration or leaders don't pay attention to these little things, and it may have been something that, well, this is the way it's always been done, and everyone continues to do it, and so no one thinks much of it. But I would I would be pissed if I saw people doing this to their antennas, because all that does is end up causing those antennas to break. Anyway, sort of a random rant, but I don't get why you would want to potentially sacrifice ruining your ability to communicate by bending the antenna like that. It's not like it's that obtrusive or anything. I remember way back in the day, like the old MTS uh, 2000 radios, the portables, they would have, like that long, thick antenna on them. One style of antenna was really long and thick, and it would jab into you. Those were kind of uncomfortable, but I mean, this little antenna that is pretty flexible or whatever, I'm like, stop it, stop doing that.
Finley 166, shots fired, shots fired.
In the coming weeks and months, the
Recording. Whose vehicle is it? Come down and they flag the tag. You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna tow the car.
Oh shit.
It's not a gun.
So in the beginning, these officers are in their car.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground now!
And they're able to get out and stop these bad guys and get them down on the ground.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground! 4-4 Charlie 1. We got two stopped. We got two stopped at 166 in College. We got a male shot. Let me get a bus over here now. 4-4 Charlie 1.
10-4.
Hey! Cuff him. Cuff him. I got him.
Do you have any outstanding perps at this time? 4-4 Charlie 2.
There's a fixer there.
4 Charlie 1. I don't know if we have any outstanding. We got two stopped right now. We have a male shot.
So I would imagine that the other officers are probably a little bit further down this way, because obviously that one guy that we saw laying in the middle of the road is not in this view. So I can only imagine that they're like down on this side over here. Someone else had gotten shot. I don't know who it is exactly, but here's the two bad guys that these two officers were thankfully able to catch.
Turn around. Get on the back.
4-4 Sergeant.
Yeah, 4.
10-5.
Are you hit?
Are we in? Is anyone on?
All right.
Do I have an AT on the...
So I'd imagine the Casso guy was the dude laying in the middle of the intersection on these other videos. So really, they should have played these videos first, and then them getting out of the vehicle and catching the bad guys should have been played last, since that obviously happened last. Not much to really see in this video. But this just kind of illustrates, how quickly things can go from 0 to 100. These dudes are just performing these mundane tasks, uh, dealing with them over something to do with their license plate or insurance or something. I don't know what the heck it is. Something mundane, something that is not an end of the world thing. And, you know, they're explaining it as best as they can, what's going on. It's kind of boring. And then, oops. And, no telling how many times they've done this today, how many times they did this yesterday and the days before. And then, boom, it just changes in an instant. I mean, just that quick, it changes.
Get down, get down, get down. Shots fired.
That's a lot of shooting that went on.
Finley 166, shots fired, shots fired.
In the coming weeks and months,
Um, it's not 100% clear on how that one person, who shot them. Was it the bad guys' stray rounds that hit this person, or was it the police stray rounds who hit this person? Um, these 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 very packed urban areas makes it extremely difficult for police. There is no real good um, safe background when it comes to a shooting, because there's just so many people around. It's not like your rural areas where the deputies, there's decent background to targets and everything. There's not that much of a risk where they're at that busy sidewalk, shooting at the bad guy on the sidewalk. And that sidewalk and that particular road just goes for such a long distance. And the distance that it's in, obviously, that bullet can travel that whole distance and still be lethal from point A to point B. And this is where it really illustrates why firearms training is so important. There are so many agencies out there who, not so many, I mean, pretty much every agency in this country has a unlimited budget. Some agencies are a little bit more fortunate than others, and they can afford to train more. There's a lot of agencies who their budgets they just suck. They have poor county seats. They don't have a whole lot of money coming in to be able to support stuff. Um, they're lucky if they can do one qualification a year with firearms training. Some places might do two qualifications a year. That's if they're really lucky. But at a bare minimum, they all have to do at least once a year. And there's so many of them who that's where they keep it at, is once a year. And there's some agencies who can't even afford the ammo to give to the officers. The officers have to buy their own ammo and bring it to qualification. Hell, there's some agencies that they don't even give the officers a handgun. The officers have to go buy their own damn handgun. So it's a real struggle for the police to maintain their proficiency with firearms training. And when it comes to large urban environments like New York, I don't know what their training is like. Of course, their officers will go through an academy and they'll have a block of instruction on firearms, and they will receive quite a bit. But as far as their ongoing training from there, their practice, I don't know what it's like. But there's a lot of agencies where officers, when they first get hired, they go through the academy, and the academy, they get a pretty decent block of instruction on firearms training. They do a lot there, and for many of them, that's the best and only good firearms training they will ever get in their career. 10 years down the road, past that point, the only thing they will have done since then is go qualify once a year, maybe twice a year. And when they qualify, they're not doing anything like whiz bang. They're just, if you've ever taken a concealed carry course, it's pretty much like that. They stand at certain distances away from a target, shoot X amount of rounds at those distances, and they may fire both hands at a distance. They may go fire a few rounds from their dominant hand, and then they may fire a few rounds from their non-dominant hand, and they may do a combination of standing and kneeling at these distances with X amount of rounds. At most, they may fire 100 to 150 rounds during qualification, and then that's it. Not a lot to it. And it sucks. It really does, because when they get it wrong, everyone wants to beat on them and say, oh, blah, 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 blah. But then when you bring up the fact that, the training budgets just aren't that great and they need more money, well, where's that money coming from? Do we need to raise taxes? And then people keep saying the blah, 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 blah thing. So, like, what do you want? Do you want police to continue doing what they're doing with their less than stellar firearms training, or do you want to pay some more taxes and be able to allocate more money for them so that things are better than what they are? Not everyone's going to be pleased either way. Some people are just going to bitch irregardless. But the fact remains, police agencies, they do need more funding for training, and that's all across the board, and especially for these agencies who are in these stupid liberal-run cities, and they're wanting to defund the police. The police are already underfunded as it is, and now you just want to take away more funding. That's asinine. And then the other part of this problem is individual officers could have the means to go train and practice on their own. They just choose not to. And there's a multitude of different reasons for that. One, some of them think that the firearms they received or firearms training they received at the academy and their follow-on qualifications, because they're the police, it's the best ever. They don't need to go practice anymore. They're the police. So you got some with that mindset, and they won't go practice and train anymore after that. And then there's just some who, they're not gun people anyway. There's a large number of police officers out there who the only reason they have a firearm is because their employer gave it to them, and their employer requires them to have it as a condition of their employment. If it weren't for that, there'd be a lot of cops who wouldn't even carry a gun. And that's, I don't, that's a sad reality. And I don't get why those people go to this profession. Some people are just more or less glorified social workers, and I don't know. That's a whole other rant in and of itself. That's pretty much all I got to say. Not really a whole lot of yay or nay in this video. This video is more or less an illustration of how things can go to 0 to 100 real quick, without any idea that anything could go wrong. You could be doing something mundane and unrelated to whatever pops off, and then next thing you know, you got to start dealing with shit. If you like what you hear and see, go ahead and give me a like and a share. If you have not already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more Monday quarterback videos. Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching.